And we'll start then with the Texans and the Chiefs playing late afternoon on Saturday. Is a fascinating matchup because on one end, I think you got a Texans team that I don't want to say they underachieved because they won a second straight division title. And based on where they've come from, that's definitely not nothing. But I think they're a team that always left you wanting for a little bit more. And then you see them in the wild card round, and they 100% blow the the Chargers off the field. On the other end, we've got a Chiefs team that really seemed like it put it together over the course of the last few weeks of the season and started to look like the Chiefs again, and now has had all this time off to get themselves healthy and ready, get older pieces like Travis Kelce and Chris Jones fresh again. So it's going to be exciting to see what they look like coming out. It's going to be exciting to see what happened, what the Texans look like coming off that game against the Chargers. The one advantage the Texans might have here, and I think this is a really important one to watch. The Chiefs have struggled all year long with their tackle position. They had to move Joe Thuney out from guard. Now he's obviously been an all-world guard, maybe a Hall of Fame guard. Incredibly durable, incredibly consistent. They've moved him out to left tackle, which was his college position. He played a little bit of that in New England. And he's really been able to stabilize that spot in a way that Wanye Morris and Kingsley Suamataia could not earlier in the year. They still have hope for those young guys coming along, but he stabilized that spot. And then you got Juwan Taylor, who hasn't quite lived up to his contract at right tackle. Is that going to be an issue this week? They're going to be tested. They got Will Anderson. They've got Daniil Hunter coming at them. So to me, the way I look at this is if the Texans are going to find a way, if there's a path to winning at Arrowhead for the Houston Texans, it starts with that pass rush and being able to try to create havoc and create turnovers and do what you can to put Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter and all the guys in the back end of that defense in a position to make big plays like they did against the Chargers. So I do think that there's that path to victory. It's a narrow one, but I think it starts for Houston with those two pass rushers. Obviously, CJ's got to play well as well. For the Chiefs, man, I'm really I'd be excited if I were a Chiefs fan on what I saw at the end of the year. I think the vision for the team over the summer has finally started to come together with some better health. Getting Hollywood Brown back out there, I think, is huge for them. And then adding Xavier Worthy to the equation the way that they have over the course of the year. And now he's starting to get to the point where he is what they thought he'd be. You know, the whole idea at the beginning of the year was we're going to have these guys going down the field on the outside. It's going to open up space because teams are going to have to respect that downfield. It's going to open up space underneath where we're going to have Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice operating. Obviously, that didn't work out the way that they had hoped because Rashee Rice is out for the year. But having Kelce and Hopkins and Smith-Schuster and those guys underneath with the two guys on the outside pulling the defense vertical, I think has a chance to change the face of what the Chiefs are. And I think already to some degree did at the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes together. And then, of course, I think a defense that now has real championship mettle, getting Chris Jones back at what should be a lot closer to 100% than we saw at the end of the year.